Hey there, movie besties, and calling all movie lovers, whether you're a casual viewer or a true cinema junkie. Either way, welcome to this week's episode of So That's What Happens. Are you someone that loves seeing or going to the movies? Do you find yourself wanting to discuss those movies on a deeper level?
Then come kick it with us as we dive into movie plots, unpack insane plot twists, deeper meanings, all while offering fresh insight and shedding light on different perspectives. And of course, laughter that you will only find here with B and T.
We're your hosts,
Tanisha
and Bridget.
And today you're in for one of our special episodes. Well, you know, we've been doing special episodes, so this week we got another one. You know,
we got a lot of special episodes for a reason, guys.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is, the whole little writer strike and stuff. I know one of them. Which one got their demands?
The writers.
Oh, okay.
So the writers, they came to a compromise. The actors have yet to. So
okay.
With that being said,
right, we're gonna just keep doing these special episodes.
Yeah.
Because if y'all don't want to freaking pay y'all daggone actors and pay the daggone writers so we can watch some good movies, then that's on y'all. And y'all better not use no damn AI to write no damn movies, because if that's the case, I ain't gonna watch it. You know, if y'all ain't had no writers and no actors and stuff, y'all wouldn't have no damn movie. So pay them people. Anyway. B, what's going on with you? What's your life?
So, quick life update for me is yesterday I cooked some fries. It was really good. And a hell of pizza, too.
Oh, my God, Bridget. What is going on in your life?
I am telling y'all, the boredom will strike if I start talking about my life here. Okay, working with a bunch of little big-head kids.
You ain't went nowhere fun or nothing?
I saw some movies.
Oh, okay. What movies you see?
I can't talk about them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
But... oh, good. We could talk about that on the side.
on our exclusive.
On the exclusive.
Our exclusive. That's our exclusive content, y'all.
But I will work harder at telling the interesting things that are happening. But I'll tell you, I learned a new recipe. That ain't gonna do nothing for nobody.
That's fine. I want to actually make a cheesecake with the crust being the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
I say cheese. You make some for next week's episode, and I taste test it for
we can do
our listeners.
Do an ASMR. If y'all on the mic smacking.
Tanisha, it's fabulous.
Stop it! I am so sorry, you guys.
Today's special episode is going to be about our most impactful movies.
Dun, 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 dun.
What a great episode to come back with, because we're about to spill the tea on the movies that have had such an impact on us in our life. And that's what this episode is all about. We want to deep dive into the movies and why those are impactful to us.
Yeah, definitely. And I know y'all already know. I know y'all got some movies that y'all just won't ever forget. Some movies that's going to be put on the shelf. That's what we call it. When it's put on the shelf, that means it's
on the shelf.
STWH. So that's what happens. Approved. Okay.
Approved.
All right. So then before we dive into the movies, let's chat about, some little honorable mentions or not even honorable mentions, but let's ask some questions.
Okay. I have a question.
All right. What's yours?
Are there any similarities in the movies that you chose?
No, not really. The only thing, if there is one, is maybe the intensity of the movies or like the level of impact. But they are all intense and impactful in their own way. So
I hear you.
I don't really see any similarities.
Same here. Nope. Aside from the fact that they're all movies, they're such different genres, and they each do something different for me.
Yes.
So,
which is the beauty of movie making.
Different reasons why they're special to your heart.
Yeah. Okay, then when you ask other people what their favorite movie are, and they tell you, do you be judging like what they tell you?
Yep. And again, it's not in a way that really has any bearing on how I feel about them as a human. But in my mind, I categorize people. I feel like, oh, okay, your favorite movie is The Matrix.
Yeah, it's kind of like
what
a
type
read.
of person you are.
Yeah, you kind of read them, not in a bad way, but like. You kind of get to know more about the person. Like, oh, okay.
And it's not even an exact science. It's just what I do for fun.
Yeah. Like people who like Fast and Furious. I'm like, oh, okay. Smiling through my teeth like, oh.
My first question for that would be like, okay, why? Or like, which one?
Girl, it ain't got all the way. It's not even about the cars no more. It ain't nowhere near about the cars going fast.
It's about family.
Oh my God.
They're family.
I'm sorry. I think Vin Diesel is corny as hell to me. I'm sorry. He's corny. Anyway, but Fast and Furious though, girl, it didn't went all the way. Now we got the CIA, the FBI. They're doing all types of stunts and tricks all in the air.
Changed a lot since the beginning.
Yeah, it got nothing to do with family or no damn cars going fast. Y'all just went to a whole nother genre at this point.
So it sounds to me like maybe you do judge. Dun, dun, dun. Not really.
Well, yeah, but I
just for Fast and Furious alone.
I'm just gonna eat you up. I'm just gonna eat you up about it. I got a friend, and I ain't gonna say her name, but she her and her daughter love Fast and Furious, and I'm just gonna eat y'all up. Y'all know who y'all are.
Hysterical.
It's so corny. Like, of course, maybe the first. I'll give it the first three. I'll give it the first three, but for sure the first two were good.
I thought the second one wasn't
Which one is the one
so
with,
well.
with
Which
Paul
one is
Walker?
Tokyo Drift?
Oh, I don't know, girl. Don't give me the line.
Okay, which one is the one with
Paul Walker? I thought that
Isn't
was
he in all of them? Or until he passes?
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, what is that, 1 through 7?
I guess. I know Tyrese was in all of them. Vin Diesel, of course.
Oh, girl.
Oh, Ludacris.
Yeah, things have changed a lot. So then, in that case, are there movies, though, that when someone says that they love it, you just immediately are like, nah. Because that's what it seems like it might be for Fast and Furious. But not nah, but like, really?
Yeah, that one I'm like, hell nah. But, yeah, girl, them daggone certain, because I like scary movies, but some of them be too daggone demonic, bro. Like, those the ones
for you.
Whatever. Those the ones I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Like that Sinister one, me and Dion walked out the daggone movie theater.
I love that movie. I can't wait for us to talk about it. But I hear you. That movie. See, and I absolutely understand when you don't want to watch something and leaving. I get it.
Yeah, but it just wasn't sitting well with our spirit. I was just like, I gotta get up out of here. But but I do like scary movies though. There are some like I like the whole Insidious trilogy. Mm-hmm. Like I'll watch Insidious, like that one's cool. But for some reason, Sinister, girl,
I mean, I'm just gonna say for someone who watched the entire movie, I love it. But also, I understand why you would walk out, but to watch it to the end because it is crazy.
For real?
So I hear you. Yeah, I'm not trying to make anybody do something that don't sit right with them.
Oh yeah.
So for me, there are a few movies that I hate. Which
one?
I just can't stand them. So if you love it, I'm just like, what? Really? So Rent. I'm gonna start with Rent.
Oh,
Rent's a musical movie.
Yeah. And you like musicals. That's what's crazy.
I love musicals. And I don't understand this one. I'm like, ugh. I hate 99% of the songs. I just don't really care for the storylines that are going on.
Yeah.
There's just something about it that annoys me.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. But luckily, you don't really come across a lot of people, or I don't, thankfully, that are talking about it or have very many things to say. So it's out of people's minds and it can stay there. If there's ever a remake, I won't watch it. That's how far it is.
Dang.
Like, even if it's like, oh, these are great actors and blah, 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 and we changed up the songs, I'm going to be like, nah.
What if Michael B. Jordan was in it?
Nah.
Your butt love you some Michael B. Jordan, so if he was in here, you wouldn't watch it?
There's a lot of men that I love. I just want to throw that out there. But no. I also can't picture him singing.
Yeah, I can't picture his ass dilly-dallying around, dancing and stuff. Yeah. I mean, he could do it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's just how I joke, y'all, so don't take it offensive. All right.
Oh, this one was fun to do.
Oh, yeah. So we got partners. We got boos. Okay. I'm booed up. Bridget just booed
up. Oh, my God. You had to. She just had to say it, y'all. She saw me close my eyes because I was like, don't let her say it. Don't say it. She had to.
I always make a point to be like, I'm booed up, meaning I'm married. And Bridget just booed up, meaning she just been with her boo for a while.
Treehouse lot special extra boo there. But let me tell y'all something. two things. Okay, first, this ain't the first time we recorded this episode. We had some technological mishaps twice. And so we're
on this episode.
But I want y'all to know something. Her little boot up thing. She couldn't even remember her own favorite movies. So I was like, for real? For real? You extra boot up, but you don't even know your extra booze movies? Because I could easily tell y'all mine.
Okay, well, what's your boo's favorite movie?
Okay, because I know this by heart. Okay. Dave's two favorite movies are Friday, a classic, and Django, also a classic.
Okay, yeah.
All right, he loves to quote them.
Now, does he say the name "the Django"?
Why? Why would he?
Some people were calling it "the Django." I'm not even joking.
Well, I get that, but if you see it,
David. He ain't gonna call it the Django. I ain't never heard him say that. So those his two favorites.
Yep, Friday and Django.
Well, Friday is definitely one of Dion's too.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic. How can you go wrong? It's Friday. You ain't got no job.
You ain't got nothing to do.
Fuck this week. I get it. Yeah, you're gonna get fired on your day off.
Actually, I got a friend that got fired on her day off. I ain't gonna say her name.
Plenty of people do. That's why I'm like, leave it alone. That's when they decided to make the moves and
that is crazy. Yeah. All right. So Dion's then one of his is Friday. The other one is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Mm-hmm. That's the one she could not remember to save her life.
Like, what is it? I knew. Like I saw the movie playing out in my head, but I could not remember what it was called. And then Training Day and Scarface. Those are his favorites.
Such an eclectic collection you have right there. You know what I mean?
Eclectic. Right.
I'm about to call Dion up right now. This is your extra boo-boo. And I'm going to be like, what are Tanisha's top favorite movies? Because I need...
You can't come up.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Nah. All right. So now it's time to go ahead and dive into some of our most impactful.
Let's do this. And let's be for real. Because as movie buffs... 3 is impossible, right?
Yeah, so we gotta have some honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm. Let's throw in a few honorable mentions, and let's get those over with first.
All right, one of mine is I'm just go ahead and jump ahead a little bit. Cornbread Early Me.
I knew you were gonna. Yes.
That came out in 1975. It had Moses Gunn in there, Rosalind Cash, Bernie Casey, young Lawrence Fishburne. Yep, and it's a 12-year-old boy is traumatized by the murder of his friend, a star basketball player. His friend was murdered by a cop. And so this movie impacted me. I watched it as a child, from my auntie's big box of tapes. Y'all know I talk about that. And as a child, I think I was probably maybe like 12, 9, 10, I don't know. And I watched this, and this was my first time ever seeing a young boy getting killed at the hands of the police. And it was crazy because, to be honest, when I go back and think in retrospect, it actually reminds me of the Trayvon Martin situation.
That one was super famous.
Yeah,
what happened. Yeah, and it was somebody who was minding their own business and not doing anything to hurt someone, like Cornbread.
That was sad, right? And you could hear him in the tape. Remember, you heard him like yelling. So that was yeah. So Cornbread Early Me was pretty much. I mean, it's always been happening. The cops been doing some crazy stuff to people of color, but this was like the first time I've seen that. Like, oh wow. Cops kill people? Like, thought y'all supposed to protect us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's something it's hard to wrap your head around when you're younger, especially. Like, wait a minute, how could they be the bad guys? That's never been my experience or what. That's not what I'm taught. Yeah. They're supposed to protect me. I'm supposed to feel safe.
Right.
And now there's fear.
Yep. That was a sad story, and that really impacted me as a child.
And I remember you showing me that movie.
Yeah.
I only saw that because I watched it with you.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Yeah, we never forgot it. That's one of the ones, I just never forgot that movie. That movie is always like around. It's on the shelf.
Yes.
All right, what's one of yours?
So
honorable mention.
Honorable mention, I'm going to say Happy Feet.
Oh.
Happy Feet came out in 2006, and it's voiced by Elijah Wood and Brittany Murphy,
R.I.P.
amongst other people. Right. Yes, and to know me is to know that I have a deep love of penguins. Right?
She has penguins everywhere, guys.
They're my faves.
She has a penguin comforter.
Do I?
No,
I definitely don't. So I looked at her like, "What comforter are you talking about?"
And I messed up. I said penguin.
Oh.
So that was an ultimate fail. Carry on.
So in the movie Happy Feet, an emperor penguin, in their world, they find their soulmates through song, which, I love that concept. But Mumble, He's a penguin that just cannot sing, y'all, to save his life. And I mean, like...
Sorry, baby.
Not just a little bit off. You know, I'm talking about Fergie level can't sing.
Under the note. Like the note is... and he's going...
Oh, well, he's going...
Oh, dang. Listen, I gave him a benefit of the doubt.
He was painful. Okay? Didn't you hear me just say Fergie level? Listen.
Oh, girl,
she ain't listening.
Right.
And if she does,
90%.
You can't sing. So...
you are terrible.
I mean, she's still making millions.
Right. Make it right.
I'm just telling her the truth.
Yeah.
I just love the aspect of a world where you get to find your soulmate through song. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a heart song. They figure out what it is, like when they bloom, when they go through their puberty. Aww. What's your heart song? You know, it gives you something to think about. Like, aw, it's the song in your heart, who you truly are.
Aww.
So, just the triumph of this movie, the message that it gives you, basically being inherently who you are is special. Even... as just one person, no matter how different you are, you can change things. You can change the world. And so...
Look at her Disney ass. Look, Jiminy Cricket ass.
Happy Feet is not a Disney movie, even in the slightest.
I know it's not a Disney movie, but what you were saying is Disney.
Oh, being happy and showing love. Oh, what a loser I am. Shut up, Tanisha. Okay? I prefer to live in a world where there's happiness and joy and fairy tales.
I do too.
I like that stuff raw. I like it gutter. I like shooting up death all around me.
I do not.
Darkness.
I do not.
She thinks darkness is her ally.
Oh my God. She's such an idiot.
I definitely am an idiot.
All right. So another honorable mention for me is The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, that's hard to say.
We only have 5 senses. So what's the Sixth Sense?
I know, isn't that creepy? Oh. You can see dead people in The Sixth Sense. Well, according to this movie, it came out in 1999. Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, which is...
Wow.
He was a good actor. What?
1999.
Yes, girl. 1999.
Wow.
Whew. Toni Collette. She's she's a good actress.
She's an amazing actress.
Yeah. So this movie, this is one of the first movies. Well, actually, this is the first movie that introduced me to twist. To twist in movies. Like, what?
Yep. You think it's going to go one way, it goes the other.
Yes. I also watched this from my auntie's big box of tapes. This movie right here gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's crazy. Like, this little boy seeing these dead people. That was his sixth sense. He was seeing dead people, okay? Now, the dead people weren't doing nothing to him. They was just creepy. Because it's like, why am I seeing dead people? I think one of the ones I remember is when he was in the school and they were hanging from and that little girl, she came into his little fort he made and threw up.
Oh, yeah.
Why did she throw up? Because she had Munchausen's or something.
Her stepmom was poisoning
Munchausen's
her.
by proxy.
No.
Oh.
She was poisoning her because she's the one, he finally started talking to her, right?
Yeah.
When he finally listened to Bruce Willis' advice, like, see what they want. You know, like, maybe. And so he asked her, like, what she needs. And she asked him basically to get a tape. So he went to where her funeral was happening, and he got the tape that she told him to get, and he played it. And that's where they could see, like, oh, this is when she, was blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And her stepmom came in there, and you could see her poisoning that soup. And she was talking about, like, I don't really like it. I don't want to. And she was like, just eat it. Just blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so.
That's true, because the mama got found out at the funeral. They saw that her butt killed the daughter.
Yeah, she was poisoning her slowly.
Yeah. So he helped out in that sense. That was his sixth sense. He was helping these dead people, I guess.
Because at first he was just fearful of them. Like, you see these gruesome things, and you don't really want to interact with them.
Exactly.
But when he finally started to, that's when he could
kind of help them in a sense, quote unquote help. Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that scene with him and his mom, Toni Collette, when they're sitting in the car. And he finally opens up to her. Because she was a good mom throughout this whole movie.
She was.
Like, people were bullying her son and treating him poorly. Because he was different. Like, why is he weird?
Right.
He even was paying that one kid to act like he was his friend for his mom. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And walking him to school.
Yeah.
But
he finally opened up.
He finally opened up to his mom. And I'm sorry, I'm taking over yours. But I love that scene.
Yeah.
He tells her, he could see that he could see dead people. And he tells her what her mom said you know, when she went to her mom's grave. And, you know, he was worried the whole time, like, do you think I'm a freak? And she just, like, reassures him so well, like, look at me. No.
Right. Don't you ever never.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, ugh.
That's right.
That's what he needed too.
Exactly. That's annoying as hell. I would hate that. Like, that's me and Deion say, if we had children and they told us something, I wouldn't be like, you just need to go, you know, you're imagining things. That's always the thing. You're imagining it, or go lay down, or blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, well, you might need to listen to your kids. Like, even if they are lying or whatever the case, just, you know, really still look into that. Like,
exactly.
You know, so yeah, that was the movie that introduced me to Twist. Like, coming to find out at the end that Bruce Willis was dead the whole time, was just like his therapist or whatever. I was like, what? Like, literally, like, what? And it gave me goosebumps. Like, my hair stood up on my body. It just creeped me out. Like, what? It just the whole time we've been talking to a dead person. Like, so we see dead people too. Oh, you see how they did that? See, that's another thing with with film work.
I love that.
That the viewer is now seeing dead people because he was dead the whole time.
That's how I feel about the one that just came out. Come on, the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy, the third one, right? At the very end, when you finally hear Groot say, I love you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like, now we can all speak Groot. You know what I mean? Because you realize he's talking to them, but we always hear, I am Groot. I am Groot.
Right, but he's talking like...
And so I like how it pulled you in to be like, now you speak Groot too.
Yeah.
So that's how
that was cute. Yep. So that's what that movie did. All right, what's one last honorable mention, B?
Uno más. Kick ass. Kick ass, and I will always talk about
this
kick
movie
ass.
Showed up, and I don't know how many
episodes.
episodes.
On the shelf for good reason. Okay, I keep on bringing it up because I'm trying to plug that into your brain. Came out in 2010.
All right,
starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, and let me tell you something, boy. If you ever listen to this, and you just feel like you need a soulmate, I'm telling you, I can provide that joy for you, bruh. I love you. It has Nicolas Cage. It has Chloe Grace Moretz. All three of them, I love them.
Okay.
All actors I love. So a teenage nobody decides one day that he wants to become a superhero, even though he literally has no powers, no training, or any meaningful reason to do so. So it's like it finally cracked. Like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be a superhero too. It's such a good story. It incorporates all the elements like humor, anxiety, love, family, heroes, action. And it does it so seamlessly. And I love when movies can do that. It's not just action. It's not just love. It's not just humor. It's a great mix with all of this in there. Yeah. So, and who among us can be honest and say that you haven't imagined what it would be like to have superpowers? Because I think about it way too frequently.
Oh, yeah. I would like to be invisible.
Ooh.
And move around.
I've thought about this frequently, and I would like the power to manipulate and control gravity. Who's gonna do anything to me? Who's gonna check me?
Who gonna check me, boo?
Right? Come at me. Oh, you can't? You're 700 pounds because I've changed the gravity density around you?
Dang.
Good luck.
Oh, Lord. You really gonna be a little... So basically you can make us to fatigans.
I will. You won't look fatigans, but you'll feel it. And I'll just be over here lightweight talking something.
Oh my God, over there twerking. What if you just kept, what if it wasn't like a full twerk, but because you controlled the gravity, once the booty went up, it just stayed there?
Gravity is what does that?
Yeah, I guess.
Or if you could when slow down the claps, you could just make them claps really just intensify.
That's so stupid. I don't know why we be thinking of stuff we be thinking of. All right.
Because we're geniuses. That's why.
All right, we about to geek out. We about to geek out on our most impactful movies. Let's really, really break them all down. So those are some of our honorable mentions.
This shit.
Right. Those are some of our honorable mentions. So now we're about to get into the nitty gritty. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let go. All right, we're going to start with me first. One of the most... Okay, now remember I told y'all... Well, I don't know if I told y'all, but I got 3 different categories for my most impactful movies.
Okay.
And so this is my childhood impact category. Okay. This affected me as a child. So, Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. Of course, we talked about it before.
Timeless classic.
It came out in 1993, which is crazy. 1993, bro. Man. How old was I then? I think I was like, that's 20 years ago?
30 years ago.
30? So I was like 6.
Because 20 years ago would be 2003.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Duh. Oh, my God. 30 years ago, bro. So I was 6 years old when this came out. So it's a fun-loving American bulldog pup, a hilarious Himalayan cat, and a wise old golden retriever.
Them with the dogs back then.
They embark on a long trek. And the golden retriever was Shadow. The Himalayan cat was Sassy. And then the bulldog pup was Chance. And they go through the rugged wilderness of the Sierra Nevada, girl, in the mountains. Oof. And they are on a quest to reach home and their beloved owners. And it's so cute because basically the whole synopsis is that the daggone family went on vacation, didn't they? Mm-hmm. And they had left the dogs with a friend, and they kind of was thinking, all right, fine, y'all going on vacation. They should be back in about a week. Mm-hmm. Then it started being like 2-3 days after that week then went by. They was like, hold on, where they at, man? It ended
up being 2 weeks.
Yep. And so they went to go find them. Oh.
They're like, y'all ain't leaving us for this long.
Yeah, they're like, where y'all at,
vacation over.
So this impacted me as a kid because it was one of the first stories that helped me visually understand perseverance. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went through a lot. Yes. And like seeing it in the perspective too, like from the dogs' lives, that made it even more dope. Because y'all know I love dogs. Like, I literally wish I could just swim in a pool of puppies. I want to swim in a pool of puppies.
As long as they're not drowning. Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Puppies, I'm scared.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm swimming in the pool of puppies.
It's not water, it's puppies.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of little puppies. I just want to be surrounded by them.
Oh, that would be so fun.
They cute little feet, like small little, especially little corgi puppies. Puppies are so adorable. So yes. So this movie definitely showed me like, wow, they were so determined, and it just showed me determination and perseverance. Like, I don't know why, but I just loved it. I was like, wow, like they really went for it. They ended up finding their owners. They made it all the way back home, y'all. And then, fun fact, this is a true story. This is a true
wild
story. Yes.
Just to know that.
Oh, yes.
The love of animals. I can't.
I know. It's a true story.
Precious.
Yep. And so I like too that the mouths didn't move.
Okay.
I like that because the type of training, bro, that they had to have done back in the day. Because, you know, now, like with Strays just came out, they got the CGI, they got the mouths moving, which is cool. You know, it adds to, I guess.
It works.
Yeah, it works. But I don't know. It was something about just like seeing the dogs, like, just real life, and they're just acting out the motions or acting out what they're saying, but their mouths aren't moving. It just made it all the more real for me. And so I think that's dope. And I think I got a lot of respect for the producers, the directors, the trainers, and everybody that had to train them daggone animals to do the things that they were doing, man. Especially when Sassy was in that river, and me and Dion was laughing because there's one part where a little cat came around, but it looked like a dummy cat.
Oh, for sure that was.
And it was all in the water, just drowning it. It came just like... just like, dang it. But Sassy made it though. She didn't die. But yeah, so I got some fun facts, B.
Okay.
So it's originally based from a book called The Incredible Journey, and like I said, it's a true story. And the true story, the pets, their real names were what is it? In real life, their names were Ben, Rattler, Rattier.
Ready?
Oh, Rattier.
That's what I'm guessing. I can't
Rattler.
see
it. Yeah. Ben, Rattler, and Tiki. Those are their real names.
That's hilarious.
Yep. And they only had to train for 7 weeks before filming.
Oh.
And this film grossed $41 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, pretty much $42 million in United States box office.
Nice.
So that's dope. Sassy was played by Sally Field. Chance was played by Michael J. Fox, and then Donna Michi was Shadow. And so everybody and Michael J. Fox was the perfect Chance. Like,
he did do a wonderful job. Yeah,
he did. So yes, Homeward Bound. That movie impacted me. Still to this day, I love that movie. My husband and I just recently watched it together, like maybe like 5 months ago, and he never seen it. And I was like, baby, that's so nostalgic. Like, you gotta watch it. And he loved it too. We both
such
loved
a feel good.
It was. Yep. So what's one of your most impactful?
All right, so I am going to also start off with something I'll say from my childhood.
Okay.
For sure. 7 brides for 7 brothers. Okay, 7 for 7. This came out in 1954.
Dang.
Right? It stars Jane Powell and Howard Keel.
Okay.
And basically, in 1860s Oregon, so a while ago, when the oldest brother, Adam Ponape, decides that he wants himself a wife, he goes to town and he meets Millie. And they get married that day. He meets her and he falls for her. She falls for him. He brings her home. He forgot to tell her, though, on the way that his 6 brothers live with him.
Oh, Lord, bro.
And, you know, she was excited to be like, finally, I don't have to, because she was working at this restaurant with all these guys and stuff. And she's like, finally, all I have to do is cook and clean for one man.
One dude, right.
That's it. And then she come to find it's actually 7 of them.
Please, I would have been like, I'm cooking my husband his food. Y'all go figure out y'all own daggone food. What the hell?
And you know what? That's what I love about Millie, because they are just so uncouth. Like, she comes, they because they live out in the mountains.
Yeah. So there's some mountain men.
They are just out of control. So she comes in and girl, Millie is like, nope. She changes everything. She changes their entire lives just like that. I love it. She just takes control. Like, and it's wonderful to see the way she does it, right? And they all just kind of love her. And so they decide themselves, like, hey, we want to get us some wives too. Shoot.
Okay.
And so they want to get set up. They go out, try to meet these women, but they end up going about it in the wrong way after taking Adam's advice rather than Millie's. Because Millie's, she puts them on game like, this is how you court a girl, court a girl.
Yeah.
You do blah, blah, blah. And they're all like, yeah, and they're with it, and they're listening, and they're following, and they're learning, how to be men.
Yeah.
And so...
Or how to treat women, more so.
From a woman rather than from a man.
Right.
But what they do end up doing instead of by taking Adam's advice is after they meet the women and come back and they miss them and they want them back, they decide to go kidnap them. So they kidnap these 6 women that they want to marry and take them back to the... And it's like, you idiots.
Right.
Now you definitely can't have, you dummies.
Didn't I tell y'all?
Listen? And so and Millie's pissed too, because she's like,
yeah,
how could you do such a thing?
This ain't how I raised y'all.
She literally is like, the women get the house, y'all sleeping in the barn with the animals.
Yep.
Like, you're not coming in here. Like, it's theirs now. It's not what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it's just, so I'm going to give you some fun facts.
All right.
All the brothers in this movie are named after Bible characters. Okay. And they're named in alphabetical order.
Okay. Wow.
Adam, Benjamin, Caleb, Daniel, Ephraim, Frank, and Gideon.
Ooh, a few of them are some tribes from the 12 tribes of Israel. A few of them is what that is. Dan, Ephraim, Gideon.
Frank is the one where it's like Frank. Frank in the Bible, but his real name is Frankincense.
Oh, okay.
But they call him Frank, and they all make fun of him for it, like Frankincense, like that's his name. But he's like he's like the toughest one because he always got to defend himself for it. So he always be fighting. Frank is another one. All
right.
Howard Keel, the main character, Adam, this is his favorite movie that he's made. And he said that the cast was just magnificent and the chemistry was irresistible and it just felt like they were one big happy family. So I feel like that was portrayed well in the movie. Like, you could feel their chemistry, like they're just having fun doing this.
Yeah.
This is crazy to me, but in order to distinguish them, the brothers, from the rest of the town, they made all the brothers redheaded. So, and not like, full on gingers with super pale skin. Yeah. But, daywalkers, if you will, that can go out into the sun, like that have the different types of red.
Okay, gotcha.
It works.
All right.
Trust me.
All right.
It's a fun story. I love it because it's a fun story, especially if you don't take it or yourself too seriously. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody trying to kidnap people just because you want to be with them.
Right.
And there's an age where, I really did feel like, man, if this person kidnapped me and stole me away from my family, I wouldn't be too upset about it.
Yeah.
Take me if you'd like. I'm looking over to the side. Sorry. I'm just trying to be honest, okay? It's my show. Let me be honest. So
that impacted you down in the undercarriage. I'll take it out.
We shall not talk of my nether regions. And immediately they all regretted what they did, right? Mm-hmm. But there was nothing left to do, but just, for the girls at least, to be mean. But they acted like, I don't like this, I'm mad, but they weren't. Okay? Why would you steal me, Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Yeah, they low-key liked it.
Why did you take me away from my home, Michael B. Jordan? Okay?
No, Michael B. Jordan.
And it's a fun story.
All right, I got you.
What you got next?
All right. I got now. We don't care who got next. All right. Sorry, I had to get it out. That was my That was Ann 1. You remember Ann 1?
Oh my gosh.
That was
a while ago. Yeah. But yeah, I remember Ann 1. I watched that documentary about it. Okay.
Well, this one impacted my interest even more for psychological thrillers. Like at first I liked, psychological thrillers, but this one I was like, yes, oh my God. Split. Split. It came out in 2016, played by James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy, Haley Lou Richardson. Ooh. 3 girls are kidnapped by a man who is diagnosed with 23 distinct personalities.
23?
Yes, and they must try to escape before the apparent emergence of a frightful new 24th personality. And in the movie, that 24th personality is called the Beast. Mm-hmm. And all of these other personalities, all 23 of them are technically harmless.
Yeah.
All of them are, I think he's one where he's like a 10-year-old. There's one where he's like this bougie, sophisticated lady named Victoria. Mm-hmm. And there's just so many.
Ones that are neat freaks.
Right. This one really impacted that because it talks about the mind. And I always love things about the mind. I used to think I wanted to be a psychologist, but clearly that's not what I am. But I do like talking about the mind and how it works and why we do the things that we do. Mm-hmm. And, I like M. Night Shyamalan. As a filmmaker, he got some hits, he got some misses. This one was a hit. Yeah, this one was a hit for me.
He made The Sixth Sense as well.
Yeah,
so you some M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Sure did. Yep, The Village kind of pissed me off, but whatever.
I love The Village.
The Village wasn't terrible, but whatever.
The Village was a love story, but they marketed it like it was supposed to be scary, and that's how they messed it up.
Yep, that's there you go. Okay. So in Split, the way that they were able to translate on screen the uncertainty and unpredictability of a progressing mental illness, they did so good. It was so tense. The whole time I was on the edge of my seat. And, depending on what mental illness, state, it makes you consider the threat of the possible danger, that's around you with people who suffer with mental illness. And it kind of just opened it up whoa, that's kind of, people are out here struggling, with mental illness, with different personalities and things of that nature. And so this movie, just the way they showed it, and then even how it manifested, him bringing that 24th personality, how it manifested physically, in his body.
Yeah.
Oh,
did a good job of making it very
yes,
creepy in a way, kind of eerie. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, and it was, and that's actually. It's actually a thing, and I think that's what makes it scary, is because this is real life. People who go through exorcists and all that stuff, having to be exorcised and all that stuff. Their physical bodies change, or they move and contort and do all the things. And so that's pretty much what he was doing in this movie. He James McAvoy, his body, bro, the veins was he was literally turning into the Beast. Oof. Okay, and so he kidnaps some girls. They in his basement. He takes them to the basement or whatever. And he's keeping them there, but he hasn't hurt them or nothing yet, because all the other personalities are talking and engaging with them. And the other two girls, he killed them. He killed the other 2 girls. Mm-hmm. So,
he definitely did.
So then I wonder though, because then the Beast, so what personality killed the girls?
The Beast killed those girls.
But I thought he was emerging. I thought he didn't come out until the end.
Yeah, he killed them near the end.
Oh, you right.
Because they were trying to escape and trying to make it out, but he did not allow them to live.
Yeah.
And that's probably, for me, the part of Split where I didn't like it so much, because I didn't want them to die.
Yeah, I know.
But
and the girl. Sorry, yeah.
But the girl who lived, she understood how to manipulate him just because she focused on what he was doing. Like, why is he acting this way and changing?
And in a weird way, what saved her life is because she related to him. And she related to him because she too has gone through like abuse and trauma and things like that. And so when he was about to kill her, he saw she had scars on her body and stuff. And for some reason in his head and all them all the other personalities was trying to keep the beast from coming out. But the beast personality, when he saw that, it actually flipped and he like started feeling sorry for her and didn't even kill her at all. Like he felt seen.
He said that she was like him.
Yup. Dang, that's what saved her life. Her own scars saved her life, bro. Ooh, that movie was good. So that one impacted the way I feel about it. That made me love psychological thrillers even more because I love those type of movies.
There are a couple of podcasts I can send to you where people have talked about their own experience with having multiple personalities. Whoa. I know that's not what it's called anymore. Yeah. But they were such good episodes to listen to.
For real?
Yeah. And it is chilling.
I'm telling you, the mind is, it's very complex.
It will do whatever it can to make you feel safe.
Yep.
Including, nope, you're not this person anymore. Now you're this person.
Yeah. And then, too, some people have to go somewhere else in their mind when they're being abused. In, whatever form that is. But, yeah, man. Telling you, boy. All right. So what's another impactful movie be for you?
This one's a huge one for me. So next up, I have everyone's super favorite unmatched score. And just an amazing movie, film, everything in between.
Okay.
Interstellar. Ooh. Interstellar was directed by Chris Nolan in 2014. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway. Oh, that kind of rhymes. And... oh my God. Okay. Don't get too geeky, Bridget. So basically, synopsis. A team of fearless explorers, and they really do have to be fearless to do what they did. Yeah. They travel through a wormhole to ensure survival outside of Earth. And there are so many things they put together for this movie to make it what it is. So when they head out through this wormhole to find somewhere else for people of Earth to inhabit, because Earth is going down, y'all. It's going downhill as far as having what we need to survive. Yeah. And the planets that they come across, oh my God, they're so intense. They're so intense.
I gotta watch this again.
Fun facts about Interstellar.
Well, tell us why you like it, why it's impactful.
To me, like, a movie that is this scientifically accurate, because the scientists involved in making this movie laid out 2 guidelines that they strictly had to follow. Okay. And nothing would violate or establish physical laws. So what you see in this movie, even when it feels so great and so magnificent and crazy, is real. Like, this is actually what's happening. Right? Everything would spring from science and not from creative minds of screenwriters. So to me, that's another reason why I love this movie. Because, wow, for you to be able to incorporate real life emotion and what people are feeling, as well as making it totally scientifically accurate, that's just like unheard of, because usually it's the creative minds of screenwriters are wonderful. I love it. Right. But knowing that it's not just screenwriters with this, the scientists are like, yeah, this is true. This is what it is. This is what those planets are like. It's awesome. Dang. Hans Zimmer made an amazing score that you just heard, and it just continues to be famous to this day.
Yeah, it is.
Use this sound everywhere. But it's beautiful, like the way that it builds. It didn't take space. In Interstellar, it did not take space, outer space, and make it this strange world with all these odd species and aliens that are fighting an intergalactic war against each other, or Earth. Because that's what we see so frequently. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I like that it didn't do that. I like that it just kept it as real as possible. The ending of this movie, especially, is the part that just is burnt into my memory and to my mind, because it was, I wouldn't even call it a twist ending, but it was just so breathtaking that it was like, wow, it blew me away, basically, when I saw it. And, like, I knew this is one of those movies where I did go more than once.
You can give it away.
And when I took a couple of people, I can't give it away. The only reason why I can't give it away is because I know I'll end up talking too long.
Oh, okay.
And so I'll have to be too much to explain. Exactly. But I won't give it away either because you've seen it. And if you haven't seen it, it's 1,000% worth seeing, right? Everybody that I took had the same reaction to that same moment in this movie. Like, all of them just, like, arm or hand grabbing or looking like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah. It's very nice. It's just brilliantly executed. And this is the first time that I experienced an existential crisis. And now I am addicted to that feeling. When I feel existential, I love it now. But back then, not realizing what is this feeling? What is this feeling of how big are we? How small are we? What is going on? This is too much. I don't understand so much of everything. And I love that I don't.
I wouldn't call mine an existential crisis, but when I went to Tennessee for the first time and was in the mountains and was high up like that, it was I felt so small, and I was like, whoa, like, look at this, and this is just a little small part of the world, like, so you just imagine, man, it's just so big and beautiful, and like, whoa, like, I am literally like a little speck in the grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying?
We really are, and I like that.
Yeah, it was very powerful. It was like, whoa, like, this is legit. Like, wow, okay, God, I see you. Big flex.
There are different types of existential crisis, according to the internet.
All right.
There's the freedom and responsibility existential crisis, whatever that might mean. Okay. And then this is the one that this movie made me feel. The meaning and meaninglessness all at the same time.
Oh, okay.
There's the isolation and connectedness. There's the mortality and death, what happens there type of existential crisis. And then just the emotions, experience, and embodiment, like, of all these things. Yeah. So it can mean multiple things. Okay. But for me,
I get the existential, but I don't know, calling it crisis seems like it's like bad, because it's not always not a bad thing.
I don't think it's, I don't look at it as it's bad either. Yeah. I think it's just kind of
the American language.
For some people, like, overwhelming. Yeah. Is what it kind of could feel like.
So for some people, overwhelming can be a little bit of a crisis for them. I get it. I mean, okay. All right. Interstellar. I'm going to watch it again, too.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, because I watched it years ago. And so I really, at this point, don't remember.
And then when you watch it again, keep everything in mind about the fact that
now that I'm older,
they're not just making this up. Yeah, that is what's wild to me.
Oh, believe me, because like the whole thought of just space and just out floating amongst the black is just that is like, whoa. And then forever too, you just be up there just forever, bro. That is scary.
That's where
like,
the crisis comes from.
Okay, then so in that case, right. All right. So one of my other impactful movies. Now, y'all, this is my entrepreneurial impact. Okay. So I got 3 movies, really. They all kind of coincide together because they all kind of have the same type of vibe. So we got Pursuit of Happiness that came out in 2006. A struggling salesman takes custody of his son as he's poised to begin a life-changing professional career. Okay, so that's one. The other one was The Social Network that came out in 2010. That was the whole Facebook story. A Harvard student, Mark Zuckerberg, creates a social network site that would become known as Facebook. He is sued by the twins who claimed he stole their idea and by the co-founder who was later squeezed out of the business. Okay, that came out in 2010. And then we got The Founder that came out in 2016. And it's the story of Ray Kroc, a salesman who turned 2 brothers' innovative fast food eatery, McDonald's, into the biggest restaurant business in the world with a combination of ambition, persistence, but ruthlessness. Man. Okay, ruthless ass. Anyway. So in Pursuit of Happiness, the perseverance that Will Smith showed, first off, Will Smith played in it and his son, alongside his son, Jaden Smith. But this impacted me because of the hustle and the drive and the perseverance of the dad, because he was a single dad again. They was low-key homeless. They were struggle bus. Like, they didn't even have a bus, my nigga. They was like Flintstone in it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, and that just the struggle and his hard work, and he just kept pushing. Even though he kept getting no's, blah, blah, blah. He saw the vision. And that's all you need, girl. Don't give me the preaching. That's all you need is a vision. When you got the vision, you can see this is what it is and this is where I can be. This is what blah, blah, blah. Yep. And he saw it and he kept pushing. And that really affected me. Like, you know, it was just, and it was also encouraging because, you know, I've been an entrepreneur now going on 8-9 years. And you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. That's what they say. So you got to go through the building and the struggle and the push and the hustle and the pursuit. Right. Yep. The pursuit. To get to where you want. So that movie impacted me in that way. The Social Network and the founder, they kind of both have that same vibe of. Now this one made me think of partnerships. Okay. Me as a business
network, yes, or founder, or both
of them. Okay. Social network and founder. Now, this for me as an entrepreneur, I've always been kind of leery of partnerships because my first introduction to seeing a partnership in business in real life was terrible. Like these two people going through court and everything. I mean, it was just a big thing. And that was just, I was like, yep. And that's the reason why I ain't get no partner. I'm going to go ahead, just keep continuing to run my business by myself. But yeah, those two movies showed me the dangers of partnership and who to trust. Because the Social Network, the Mark Zuckerberg dude, from the movie, I mean, I guess you can kind of get your own perspective, but I kind of low key feel like, oh boy, he did steal it. I'm just being honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't necessarily steal it, but he took their idea and kind of just added a little bit, you know,
sprinkled a little bit of something else
right And the same thing with the founder. Oh boy, took the business from the two brothers, and the two brothers was just trying to keep the McDonald's business kind of, you know, local. Damn. Like they just wanted to live comfortably and make people happy, making burgers and shakes, you know what I'm saying? But the founder dude, the salesman dude, he done came in sweet, not sweet, but what's that quick talk, you know how some people are just wordsmiths and good with their words. He's a salesman, so he knew how to sell. And he pretty much took that business right from under him. Literally took it right from under him. And
he saw what it could be. He saw the vision.
Right, yeah. And
his was different than theirs.
Right. Exactly. And his motives and intent was completely wrong. So, you know, it just really opened up my eyes to the possible dangers of partnerships. Yeah. And who to trust.
Thank you for saying possible. I'm like, looking at my puppy dog eyes.
And as an entrepreneur, you know, who you allow in your dream and in your vision is important. You can't tell everybody what you're doing. You can't tell everybody your dream and your vision and what you're doing because not everybody has the right intent. And that was the case in this. And so
for both of these,
both
of them are about, like, also have two brothers that get messed
right right, so they're really similar. And
I always have wondered about the Social Network.
Okay, what?
Because you made it clear how you feel like you did kind of take their stuff. For me, so many people like this movie, and I just kind of felt like meh about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a desire to watch it again.
Yeah, I got you. And I don't either. I feel you on that. It was, and then I ain't trying, but that one actor that played Mark Zuckerberg.
I love Jesse Eisenberg.
I like him, but he is, for me, in my eyes, he plays the same role every time. He's always He has
a very distinct voice. And mannerisms. And like, it's hard to picture him as a different character.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. So, you know, so that really played a part. That really played a part in how I conduct business and who I partner with and all of that. Because, you know, partnership could either be destructive or it could be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But the choice is yours. And then the big thing too, you know, I'm loyal. I don't play about my business. I don't play about my clients and all that stuff. So I would want somebody that would have the same heart and the same passion, the same like intent. You know what I'm saying? So that don't come easy.
It definitely.
Yeah. So these movies definitely played a part in my impact on you know, the impact on entrepreneurship, you know. So I got some fun facts though, real quick. Yeah. The Social Network 1 was nominated for 8 Oscars, which is hilarious because you just said how it was like I would not see that movie again. So I don't know how they won Oscars.
But a lot of people like it though.
Yeah. Yep. And they took home 3 Academy Awards. One was for a Best Original Score, and another one was for the Best Adapted Screenplay, and then one was for the Best Film Editing, which is like wow. Okay. Also for the founder, fun fact. Ooh. The $1 million that each brother got would be worth $8.7 million each in 2017.
Wow.
So years later, can you imagine? But now, McDonald's is a $1 billion company. So they would literally, like, they sold their business, their dream, their vision. Ugh, that's just heartbreaking.
Up. It just makes you not want to go get that
the
Big
movie.
Mac.
Yeah, the movie pissed me off. Girl, pissed me. I was so mad at that founder dude, which was played by Michael Keaton too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played that well.
Yep. So those movies impacted my entrepreneurial, endeavors.
Yeah, I see how they're all, they're tales. Some of them cautionary, some of them inspirational,
right,
if you will, about what it's like to work with people and what it's like to achieve your dreams. Mm-hmm. So I feel you.
Yeah. All right. We got one last one, B. You gonna take us out? You gonna take us out?
Más? Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna take y'all out on a psychotic note. Because I'm crazy about this movie, and we already know.
It's not on a psychotic note.
Well,
Go ahead.
So, everything, everywhere, all at once. Directed by the Daniels. This movie came out in 2022. Yep. So very recently.
Yep.
Okay, starring Michelle Yeoh, Ki Hui Kwan, I always say that wrong, he won, and Stephanie Hsu. Mm-hmm. OMG. I became fully obsessed with this movie, and I'll never stop. Just can't stop, won't stop.
I'm never going to give it up.
So, synopsis about this movie. A middle-aged Chinese immigrant discovers that she has the ability to jump into other universes and access as herself, and access their skills, their emotions, basically their life. And she sees all the lives that she lives throughout these universes based on the different choices that she's made throughout her life. And it's just beautifully done.
Yeah, this movie was dope. I ain't gonna hold you. And A24 did this movie.
Yes, this is an A24 movie. It is, so we can talk about it till the cows come home. So I'm gonna go with fun facts and then why I love it.
Okay.
Right. So some fun facts about this movie. The visual effects team was composed of 9 people, including the directors. Right. They had no training. They taught themselves using tutorials that they found online for free.
I'm telling you, that's how
free.
Yep. That's how I started my business.
It's crazy.
I self-taught myself.
You have resources and access out there, you guys. Yep. Oh my gosh. And not to mention that it was these 9 people who taught themselves. This movie won. It swept the awards.
Yes.
It swept them. Do you understand? If it was in there, it was going to win.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many awards this movie won.
They did an awesome job with this movie.
And these are people who just self-taught themselves. Yeah. And I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, girl, because I'm an expert in my field, and I am dope at what I do. See? And I self-taught myself. Shoot.
See?
That's awesome. That's a dope fun fact. Yes. Man, that's crazy, yo. Because that movie was so good. You would never have thought that. Yeah, you would never thought they looked up some YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so this is how you do it? But they got it done, and they did it marvelously. So, also, Ki Hui Kwan, his first major role in 20 years. In 20 years, he hasn't come out since he was way younger. He was Short Round in the Indiana Jones movie. He was in the Goonies.
Dang.
He had a little piece in Encino Man.
Dang.
And he thought he was done. He had just been choreographing fight scenes and stuff. And so every time he would win something and he would have his speech, it was beautiful. He was like, never give up. I didn't think that I'd ever come back. And he thought he was done. And then he came back and made this amazing movie. I love it. So the rock scenes were originally going to be voiced by Michelle, but then they were going to be voiced. But Michelle suggested that subtitles instead, and it works out beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
There's a rock scene, and the rocks are talking to one another. Yeah. And it only makes sense when you see the movie.
Yeah.
But it's in subtitles.
Yeah.
And
it was completely quiet in the theater, too.
Completely quiet until it got a little funny, and you kind of laughed at a joke that a freaking rock made. It's how are you laughing at a joke?
It was so cool though, because it was showing the Rock's universe. Like, me and Dion was just talking about this. We would sit out on our balcony the other day, like, look at these squirrels. We was watching these squirrels. They were running after each other and eating and stuff. And I was like, look, babe, they have their own life. Like, they're living, like, for them, that's their life. Yes. Like, we would never know what it's like to be an animal, and he won't ever know what it's like to be a human. So it's like, it's crazy to know that, there's so many different lives and things happening. And it goes even down to the smallest bit. Even an ant, that's like have a life that we would never even know about. Like, and so that's why I love this movie too, because it really does kind of like open up your mind and your thinking and more about like, whoa, like this world is really big. Like, the universe is big. Like, it's crazy out here. And then too, even like all the choices. That we make in life, like, could lead to a different life. Like, totally think about it. Different. Yeah. If I never did certain things that I was supposed to do in my life, I probably wouldn't be where I am. I don't know where universe or where I would be. I don't know where my choices would have landed me. So
if I hadn't chased that cat into your yard,
would we be best friends? Right. Like, that's crazy. Like,
this cat helped change the course of my universe. It brought you and I together.
That's dope. So this movie did a really good job at translating that. It really did a good job.
And it just it like you said, the choices, it helped me even realize that the only person who is in charge and has full control of which choice you make in your life is you. And you get to decide what that is instead of having life decide it for you. You think it's making the choices, you can make them.
Right.
You're in control.
That's right.
So this movie just kind of overwhelmed me, right? Yeah. The way that I felt about it, because I feel like emotion-wise, it introduced me to an emotion I've never felt before. I was like, I've never felt this way, and I don't know how to call it. I still, to this day, I don't know how to call this emotion that it made me feel. Yeah. Except for just overwhelmed. But that's not it. Yeah. They made this movie where I could relate to all of the characters in different ways, right? It's so easy to relate to the father, to be in his shoes, to be the one who's so happy and positive and loving and just wanting your partner to see that and be a part of that.
Because she was more of the cynical, like,
I wouldn't even call her cynical. Okay. I think she was way too focused on other things. Yeah. So, and I think that what happened in the movie helped give her clarity of why she's so all over the place. Yeah. And can't even focus on her husband. Right.
Because he was a good man, girl. You better treat him right.
Yes.
You better go, I agree. You better go make his dinner.
He was an amazing husband.
He was a good husband.
And she wasn't necessarily treating him
bad to him.
Bad. She just was ignoring him.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was an unintentional neglect.
Yes, definitely. But it was neglect, for sure.
And the same thing with her daughter.
And I felt her daughter so much. Yeah. And the way her daughter just wanted, at the end of the day, her daughter wanted to be seen, and she didn't even know it. Yeah. Her daughter was searching for her in every universe. That's right. She kind of comes off as the villain, but really what she needed was her mom's love and acceptance. Right. And her mom had to go back into her past and realize herself, like, wait a minute, I'm doing the same thing that my dad did to me. He ignored me. He said, this isn't the life I wanted for you, and so I don't really care. Yep. And I'm doing that same thing to my daughter. And I'm not. Fair. Right. I'm done. I'm breaking that chain. Yep.
Because your kids have to make their own decisions. They're going to be an adult one day. So you gotta let that go, bro. You gotta let that go and allow them to live their own lives. Yes. You can't try to police it or be mad because they doing something. They're living a life that you may not like or agree with, but so what? Okay, well, get over that, because they're going to continue living their life. You just need to be the parent and just love me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And the way she says it in the movie is so beautiful. It's so powerful, because she's telling her dad, like, I know you see your worst fears in her, like, all bottled into one. And it shows joy when she's chaos joy and she has all the different outfits and stuff on. And she's done. She's ready to go into the bagel. Really, what she tells her mom is beautiful, because she tells her that as a rock. I've been seeing everything and experiencing so much. I was hoping you could show me there was another way. And her mom had to show her that in the end, or the stair scene, which is like my favorite part of the movie, right? So when she starts to combat people by giving them what they need instead of fighting them.
Right.
Which is also a connection to her husband, because he's the one who told her, like, we all need to stop fighting. Like, we're scared. We're confused. We just don't know what's going on. Just be kind. Yeah. We all just need to be kind. Like, he's begging them, like, let's just stop fighting. Right. And so it finally connects with her, and she tells him that, like, you know, when he's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm learning to fight like you. And that's when she starts giving everybody what they need. And they stop all the different universes. Her. And it sounds so weird, but it was so beautifully done.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
You do.
And, you know, not everybody, it's not for everybody, and not everybody would get it, and that's okay. It is what it is. But, you know, I definitely got it. I got the movie because I'm always looking into movies anyway, and the deeper things, and what does this movie mean anyway.
This movie can absolutely turn people away if they fixate on certain parts. Right. So if you fixate on this, like, is strange. Weird stuff. There are some strange things,
like
in
the
this
rocks
movie.
talking together, the sausage fingers.
The sausage fingers is the hot dog fingers make no sense. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. However, what she does say about them is, like, even in a stupid universe where we have hot dogs for fingers, we get really good with our hands. There's always something. There's always something to love. That's what she's telling them at that point. Like, it doesn't matter where you're at. So it can miss a lot of people if you get bogged down in the semantics.
Remember, it was that
this message is beautiful.
Remember that one quick flash scene where it was kind of showing her going through all the different universes, and one of them, she was a murderer. Oh, it scared me. I was but it's crazy because
that was Jobu. Like, that was Jobu Tabaki, her daughter. So I don't remember what's exactly, like, where she had the axe and there was all that blood. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was 10 out of 10. Like, out of 10, I haven't given the movie a 10 out of 10 in a long time, actually. This movie was definitely a 10 out of 10 for me.
For me as well. And again, maybe it's not for everybody, but if it's for you, I'm telling you, you're going to connect in such a powerful way.
Yeah.
So that's where I will leave you. I didn't even get as geeky as I could have got.
No, it was good though. I feel like we had a good combo.
I agree.
I love it. All right, y'all. Those are our most impactful movies. Now, I know y'all got some. That have impacted y'all. So let us know. We got our podcast on the YouTubes. So people can at least comment under the, you know what I'm saying, under the podcast. Y'all can comment. Let us know what's some impactful movies for y'all. Y'all can also DM us. Y'all can comment on our social media. And also visit our website at sothat'swhathappens.com. And soon y'all be gonna have a shop. Okay? So y'all gonna be able to shop all of So That's What Happens merch. So
you can get everything from us.
Stay tuned.
We hope you enjoyed our show.
So That's What Happens. Join us next week.
And until then,
it's a wrap.